If your toddler is 15, 18, even 24 months old and still isn't talking much, I need you to stop scrolling right now. There are exactly 50 words that predict how well your toddler will read, write, and think 10 years from now. Not 100, not 1,000, 50. And most parents have never heard of a single one of them. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 50 words matter most, why your toddler's brain is biologically wired to learn them right now, and the 5 things you can start doing today to help those words come faster. This isn't guesswork. The research behind this video comes from developmental psycholinguistics, the science of how children acquire language, including decades of data from the MacArthur Bates Communicative Development Inventory, the gold standard tool researchers use to track early vocabulary in over 90% of language studies worldwide. We're also drawing on brain imaging research from Harvard Center on the Developing Child, which has spent years mapping exactly what happens inside a toddler's brain in the months surrounding their first words. So this isn't a list somebody made up. It's a pattern that shows up again and again, across cultures and across languages, in how the human brain builds its first vocabulary. Why these first 50 words matter, the science. Here's the science. Researcher Larry Fenson and his team, who built the MacArthur Bates CDI, discovered something remarkable. Once a toddler reaches roughly 50 spoken words, their brain shifts gears. Instead of learning words one at a time, they start absorbing them in clusters, sometimes 5 to 10 new words in a single week. Scientists call this the vocabulary spurt. It happens because your toddler's brain is building a mental filing system. Once there are enough files, enough known words, patterns start forming, and grammar begins clicking into place almost automatically. So those first 50 words aren't just cute milestones for a baby book. They are the literal foundation your child's entire language system gets built on. How many words does your toddler say right now? Type the number in the comments. Category 1. People words. Let's go through the 6 categories these 50 words fall into, starting with the one that comes first for almost every child: people words. This includes mama, dada, baby, and the names of siblings or grandparents. These words come first because they're emotionally significant and repeated constantly throughout the day. Every time you say, "Mama's here," or "say hi to grandma," you're reinforcing a word tied to comfort, safety, and connection. Research on early word acquisition consistently shows that emotionally salient words, the ones connected to strong feelings, are encoded into memory faster than neutral ones. That's simply how the brain prioritizes what's worth remembering. Category 2. Animal words. Next, animals and their sounds. Words like dog, cat, cow, duck, along with the sounds that go with them: woof, moo, quack. Toddlers are neurologically wired to notice movement and sound before almost anything else, which is exactly why animal words stick so fast. Animal sounds also give toddlers an easier entry point into speech because sounds like woof or moo are simpler to physically produce than full words. Speech-language research shows that animal sound words often appear before the real word for the same animal because the motor movements required are more forgiving for a developing mouth and tongue. Category 3. Food and drink words. Third, food and drink words: milk, water, juice, cookie, banana, apple, cracker, and the incredibly powerful word more. These words are tied to real, repeated, physical needs, multiple times a day, every day. That repetition across different contexts, breakfast, snack time, dinner, is exactly what cements a word into long-term memory. And more deserves special mention here. It's one of the earliest functional words toddlers learn because it lets them request something rather than just label it, which researchers have found accelerates communicative confidence far faster than nouns alone. Wait until you hear which category matters even more than food and animal words. Category 4. Body part words. Fourth, body parts: nose, eyes, ears, tummy, feet, hair. These get reinforced constantly during bath time, diaper changes, and songs like head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Because they're paired with touch, you physically point to or tap the body part as you say it. They benefit from something researchers call multisensory reinforcement, where combining a spoken word with physical sensation strengthens memory formation more than hearing the word alone. Category 5. Everyday object words. Fifth, everyday objects your toddler physically interacts with: ball, book, shoe, car, keys, cup, spoon, blanket. Notice the pattern here. Every one of these is concrete. Your toddler can see it, touch it, hold it. Research comparing concrete versus abstract word learning shows toddlers acquire concrete, sensory words dramatically faster than abstract ones, which is exactly why none of the first 50 words are abstract concepts. They're all things a toddler can physically grab. Category 6. Action and social words, the most powerful ones. And here's the category that surprises most parents. You'd expect nouns to dominate this list, and they do make up the majority. But the single most powerful category for accelerating that vocabulary spurt isn't nouns at all. It's small social and action words. Up, down, go, stop, all done, bye-bye, hi, no, yes, please.
Why?
Because a landmark study by researchers Hart and Risley found that the sheer quantity and responsiveness of language interaction, not just vocabulary size alone, predicts long-term language outcomes. Words like up and more generate an actual back-and-forth exchange. Your toddler says up. You respond. A tiny conversation happens. Every one of those micro-conversations functions like a rep at the gym for the language centers of the brain. So don't just drill nouns. The real magic is in words that spark interaction. Which category is your toddler strongest in: animals, food, or action words? Tell me in the comments. Descriptive words, the bonus category. Rounding out the list are a handful of simple descriptive words: big, hot, cold, wet, dirty. These typically emerge slightly later than the other categories because they require a toddler to compare two sensory experiences: hot versus not hot, big versus small, which is a more advanced cognitive step. But introducing them early, paired with real sensory experiences, gives toddlers an early head start on comparative thinking, which becomes essential once real sentence building begins. 5 actionable steps to teach the first 50 words. Now, let's make this practical. Here are 5 specific, research-backed steps you can start using today. Step 1. Narrate. Don't just chat. Instead of general conversation, describe exactly what's happening using target words. Not, okay, let's go, but shoes on, we're going bye-bye. Speech-language pathologists call this parallel talk, and studies consistently link it to faster vocabulary growth. Step 2. Follow their eyes, not your agenda. Whatever your toddler is already looking at or reaching for, that's the word to say. Research on joint attention shows words taught in the exact moment a child is already focused on an object are learned significantly faster than words introduced out of context. Step 3. Repeat each word 8 to 10 times across a day, in different situations. One mention at breakfast isn't enough. Say milk when you pour it, when you offer it, when you clean it up. Repetition across varied contexts, not repetition in a single burst, is what cements a word into long-term memory. Step 4. Pause and wait. After saying a word or asking a question, silently count to 5 before jumping in. This expectant pause gives your toddler's brain the processing time it needs to attempt the word. Many parents fill every silence, but that silence is exactly where language happens. Step 5. Prioritize function over fanciness. Lean into those small social and action words: more, up, help, no. A small vocabulary-heavy in action words gets a toddler communicating faster than one made only of animal names. Step 5 is the one almost every parent skips, and it's the one that matters most. Common mistakes to avoid. Before we wrap up, 3 quick mistakes to avoid. Mistake 1. Overcorrecting. If your toddler says "wah-wah" for water, don't say "no, it's water." Just respond warmly with "yes, water." Modeling beats correcting every time. Mistake 2. Comparing your toddler to others online. The CDI norms themselves show a wide, completely normal range for hitting 50 words. Anywhere from 15 to 24 months is considered typical. Mistake 3. Relying on screens to teach words. Research is remarkably consistent. Passive screen time doesn't build vocabulary the way live, responsive interaction does, even when the content is labeled educational. If your toddler is over 24 months with fewer than 10 words or has lost words they once had, talk to your pediatrician. Early support changes outcomes. I want to say that gently but clearly because catching things early makes a real difference, and reaching out for help is a sign of great parenting, not a failure. Let's bring it all together. The first 50 words your toddler needs cluster into 6 categories: people, animals, food and drink, body parts, everyday objects, and action or social words, plus a handful of descriptive bonus words. Hitting that 50-word mark triggers what researchers call the vocabulary spurt, where language learning suddenly accelerates. You can support it with 5 simple habits. Narrate what's happening, follow your toddler's attention, repeat words across contexts, pause and wait for a response, and prioritize functional words over fancy ones. No expensive programs, no flashcards, no pressure. Just intentional, warm, everyday conversation. If this video helped you feel more confident about your toddler's language journey, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this reach more parents who need it. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because next week I'm covering the exact bedtime routine speech therapists recommend for language growth. And before you go, I want to know, which of these 50 words is your toddler closest to saying next? Drop it in the comments below. I read and reply to every single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.